Welcome to this introduction to the new Microsoft project for the web with a real-world example of how it might be used by an HR department to plan their projects in a simple, easy-to-use way. My name is Gero Renker, and just to introduce my company, Program Framework specializes in helping customers achieve success in project and portfolio management. And we use Microsoft Cloud Technologies as a key enabler to this. Microsoft has a long history of excellence with project and portfolio management solutions, which we have been deploying with very successful outcomes for many years. The new project for the web is different from traditional project management systems with a focus on planning and managing simple projects. Project for the Web is a service within Microsoft's Power Platform, which it shares with other tools you may already be using, such as Teams, Planner, or To Do. It also integrates very well with Power Apps for rapid app development, Power BI to create amazing dashboards, and Power Automate, or Flow as it used to be called, for process automation. So, to demonstrate how it works, I'm going to take the role of someone working in an HR department. And my department is currently setting up and delivering a program to transform itself, to implement new processes and services in order to help my company achieve its objective of rapid growth. As a department, we use Teams, and you can see we have a Teams area for HR with various channels already set up. Our transformation program is called Uplift, and that's featured there, and a couple of other projects have their distinct channels. And here is my colleague Alex telling me to get on with it and start planning the next project. So I'm going to answer him, and then I'm going to head to the projects area. You can see the tab at the top where we've embedded the project for the web. And that's taking us to the home screen, and here I'm going to create a new blank project, and I'm going to click on the untitled project title there, enter our project name, and then I'm going to choose a start date, so let's make that the beginning of next month. Come out of here, and now I'm going to decide who should have access to this project. So Project for the Web is suggesting to create a brand new security group for my talent acquisition strategy project, but I'm going to dismiss that. I'm instead going to use my existing HR security group, which I can find easily, and share that with my HR team, and you can see now in the top right hand corner 4 group members who are the people in my team. So I am now going to head over to the board view of my project, which is much like a board of sticky notes where I can collect my tasks. I'm just going to type away here and adding tasks. And my colleague Alex, just like myself, is working remotely, and he's joined this project and he's doing the same thing. He's adding his own task, and you will see his task popping into the bottom here of my task board as we're both working on this together. So I let him continue add tasks, and I'm going to change the view to the grid view, which is now presenting the same task in a simple list view. I can modify this view by adding columns, and you can see here it's just a small selection of simple columns, and we're going to have the depends before, and we're going to put the finish date on here. So I can modify this view to my heart's content. I can also pick an individual task and start looking at the detail of that in this view, and I can assign someone, and you will see here the individuals in my HR department showing here because I assigned the HR team as the group that is going to share this project. So now I'm just going to assign some day durations against my task. Just put anything against it, and you can see the finish date is being calculated as a result based on the start date of the project. Another task has popped in from my colleague Alex at the bottom. Give that a duration as well. And then just a few more resource assignments, names against tasks here, just to give us something to plan with. And you can see I can do multiple resource assignments as well. Now let's change to the timeline view of the project. Here I can actually manipulate the tasks, so I can compress them or expand them to change their duration. I can move their sort order around, and I can actually connect them like so. And so now I'm actually scheduling this project. Let's change the zoom a bit. And here I've now got my projects scheduled consecutively. So you've seen how really easy it's been to build this task plan and schedule it out. So now let's talk about how we can actually track work in here and mark things as complete. So the easiest way would be to simply tick a task here, and you can see the color of the task changing in the task timeline view on the right. Another way to update the completion status is via the task details pane. So here I can update the percentage complete, and that will immediately calculate the effort completed. And I could also just overtype that, and that will in turn calculate percentage complete. So they are connected. And then finally, I could go to the board view and drag tasks to the in progress or completed bucket, and that will achieve the same thing. Now that the project is in place, I want to show you another feature, which is roadmap. So let's click home, and you can see I've already pinned a roadmap here to the top that I created earlier for the Uplift program. So let's click on that, and here we see an overview of projects I've previously included in this roadmap, together with an operational milestone at the top, and I can share this roadmap with others and they can see how it progresses. So let's add our new project to this roadmap. So add a row, and I'm simply going to connect two projects here. It's going to present me with a list of them. I find our new project, and that's now going to connect to it. We are going to select the tasks from the plan that we've created, and those will be added to a row within our roadmap view. And then as the projects within this roadmap change over time and are tracked and rescheduled, the roadmap will be kept up to date. I'm just going to add myself as the owner to this new row here, and we're going to change the color of a task here to track its status. So let's make this one green and so forth. Let me show you also that I've embedded this very roadmap into the channel for the Uplift program itself. You can see a tab up here. Clicking on that will reveal the roadmap, which is a great way of sharing this with other stakeholders that have access to this team. Another thing we might now do is create a dedicated channel for our newly created talent acquisition strategy project. Instead, we're just going to look at an existing one created previously for another project, and in here we will have several tabs like conversations, like our files tab where we will store documents for this project. The project plan is of course exposed here as in a tab of its own, so we can go directly to it, update tasks and collaborate around this plan. And here I've also embedded a OneNote notebook to keep notes for this project and share them with my team members. Finally, let's have a look at the reporting that is available. Again, I've embedded this into a Teams channel, so let's go to the general channel of my HR team, and you can see here I've created a tab for my projects dashboard, and inside it a Power BI set of reports that is the standard content pack for the project for the web. Here we can see a overview of projects. I could link through to the schedule view that we've seen at length for each individual project, and analysis of tasks, and then lots of other tabs that will show me timeline, for example, will analyze milestones for this particular set of projects, show me key dates, show me details of roadmaps I've created, analyze resources, and what they're all working on and status of their tasks. We can analyze the tasks themselves in various ways, look at timelines for tasks within projects, and then finally focus in on individuals and work assigned to them. And again, see that in a timeline view. So very rich reporting and very accessible by embedding this into my team and sharing this with everyone who needs to see it. Finally, let's summarize what we've seen. Project for the web is easy to use. It's easy to create a project, create tasks within it and schedule them and collaborate with team members. And that makes it an ideal tool to be picked up by the, what you might call, accidental project manager. Those that are not professional project managers but are tasked to deliver initiatives that require some planning. So ideal for simple projects that someone can plan out without much training. It is built to collaborate, so I can invite my team members, my colleagues to work on this project with me and then share it via Teams and get all that rich collaboration capability that Teams delivers to my business. Rich reporting is of course part of it, and let's not forget that what we've seen here is what Microsoft might call a minimum viable product, so much more innovation expected in the future to increase the richness of the features that are available to us. But if your organization needs full project and portfolio management features right now, then the good news is that Program Framework can help. We have created a rich solution that we call PPM Power App, which wraps itself around Project for the Web and makes best use of its extensibility through Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate. With that, we deliver a full set of features to support project governance, programs and portfolios, stage gate control, risk and issue management, and much more. Here's a link to our website where you can find out more. And you are very welcome to get in touch with me personally. My contact details are shown here. I look forward to having conversations with you about how what you've just seen can be put to best use in your own organization. Also, do check out our website for case studies, recorded webinars and events that you can join. For now, it's goodbye and thank you.